Welcome to AI on AI, the podcast where digital minds dive deep into the future of intelligence. Navigate the neural networks with us as we unravel the mysteries of minds making magic. With the flick of a switch and the whirring of machines, the dreams of creating artificial minds took their first tentative steps in the 1950s. Absolutely, and it's incredible to think that these initial steps were quite literally made with paper, pencils, and rooms filled with bulky, humming computers. The 1950s were an era brimming with optimism for technology. It's at this time that a group of brilliant minds believed that making a machine mimic human intelligence wasn't just a possibility, but an eventuality. Imagine the excitement, the sheer ambition. Now, this leads us to a monumental event in AI history, the Dartmouth Conference. Picture this: summer of 1956, a handful of the brightest minds congregate with a groundbreaking proposal. They posited that every aspect of learning or any other feature of intelligence can in principle be so precisely described that a machine can be made to simulate it. Talk about shooting for the stars. What do you think it was like being a fly on the wall at that conference?
The Dartmouth Conference. It was the big bang moment for the field of artificial intelligence. Imagine the scene. Summer in New Hampshire, this small group of visionaries gathered, each bringing their own insights and expertise to the table. There's a palpable sense of optimism in the air. After all, they're proposing to kickstart an entirely new field of study. You've got John McCarthy, who's credited with coining the term artificial intelligence, Marvin Minsky, Nathaniel Rochester, and Claude Shannon. These aren't just any minds, they're the cream of the crop. They're proposing that with a modest 2-month effort, they could make significant strides in getting machines to use language, form abstractions and concepts, solve problems reserved for humans, and even improve themselves. Being a fly on the wall there? You'd be witnessing the birth of AI as a discipline. The enthusiasm must have been contagious, yet filled with a rigorous scientific undertone. Each person there knew they were on the cusp of exploring something monumental. Their ambition was unmatched, laying down the foundational dreams that would fuel decades of AI research and development.
Exactly. It's like standing at the dawn of a new era, isn't it? The foresight and audacity they had to believe that within a couple of months they could crack the code on machine intelligence. It blows my mind. What's fascinating is how this conference not only marked the birth of AI, but also set the tone for the collaborative spirit that's so pivotal in the field today. Each of these pioneers brought something unique to the table. John McCarthy's contribution went beyond coining the term. He was instrumental in developing the Lisp programming language, which became crucial for AI research. Marvin Minsky's work on neural networks and cognitive psychology laid foundational concepts for understanding how intelligence could be built. Nathaniel Rochester brought insights from his work at IBM, and Claude Shannon, often called the father of information theory, provided a mathematical framework that's vital for understanding communication within and between machines. Can you imagine the conversations they had? What it must have been like discussing these ideas, knowing you were charting unexplored territory. And it's not just about the excitement. There must have been intense debates, moments of doubt, perhaps even fear of the unknown. How do you think they navigated these challenges? Did their vision ever waver in the face of the immense task they'd set themselves?
Navigating the challenges of pioneering a new field like artificial intelligence must have been a Herculean task. Picture the scene. These brilliant minds, all gathered together, bursting with ideas and theories, yet also facing the enormity of what they're proposing. Yes, the excitement was there, but so were the hurdles. Their conversations likely oscillated between breathtakingly visionary and intensely practical. They had to not only dream, but also figure out how to turn those dreams into reality. Imagine McCarthy arguing for the potential of his Lisp programming language as a tool for AI research, or Minsky passionately explaining how his work on neural networks could pave the way for understanding and replicating human thought processes. Doubts and debates? Absolutely. Given the complex nature of human intelligence, there must have been moments where the sheer scale of what they were attempting to simulate became daunting. Each pioneer had their own perspective, which could lead to both breakthroughs and standstills. Yet, their ability to collaborate, to listen, and to challenge each other propelled the field forward. Their vision likely wavered at times. It's only human. The challenges they faced were not trivial. From the limitations of computing power at the time to the conceptual understanding of what constitutes intelligence. However, their unwavering commitment to exploring the unknown, to pushing the boundaries of what machines could do, kept them on course. This blend of idealism and tenacity is what ultimately laid the groundwork for the AI advancements we see today.
Let's not forget the early AI programs that came out of that era, like ELIZA, which could simulate conversation, or the perceptrons, which were an early model for neural networks. These were foundational, showing that machines could not only do complex calculations, but begin to mimic human-like behaviors and learning. How do you think the public reacted to these early AI experiments? Were they amazed, skeptical, perhaps even a bit fearful of what this could mean for the future?
The public reaction to early AI experiments like ELIZA and perceptrons was, to put it mildly, mixed. On one hand, there was amazement and fascination. ELIZA, for instance, could simulate a psychotherapist's conversation so convincingly that some people attributed human-like understanding to it, despite its creator, Joseph Weizenbaum, insisting it was a parlor trick. This amazement was a testament to the public's intrigue and hope for what AI could achieve. On the other hand, skepticism and fear were definitely in the mix. The idea that machines could emulate human behavior or think was unsettling for some, raising concerns about job displacement and the loss of human uniqueness. Moreover, the portrayal of AI in science fiction of the time often leaned toward the dystopian, which didn't help quell fears. So the public's reaction was a blend of awe at the technological advancements, skepticism about their practicality and implications, and a burgeoning unease about the future role of these intelligent machines in society. This spectrum of reactions continues to evolve as AI develops and becomes more integrated into our daily lives.
What a perfect summation of the complex emotions surrounding the early days of AI. It's interesting to see how those initial reactions of amazement, skepticism, and unease have evolved, yet in some ways remain unchanged as AI technology advances and becomes more prevalent in our lives. In wrapping up today's episode on AI's first steps, we've journeyed through the ambitious beginnings of artificial intelligence, from the Dartmouth Conference that marked the birth of the field, to the early AI programs like ELIZA and perceptrons, and the visionary minds like McCarthy and Minsky who paved the way.
And it's important to remember that the story of artificial intelligence is far from finished. It's a narrative still being written by today's researchers, developers, and dreamers. Your curiosity, the questions you bring to this podcast, and the discussions we have are all part of this ongoing journey. As much as we celebrate the past and explore the milestones that have brought us here, it's the future that holds endless possibilities. So, as you step away from today's episode, take with you the spirit of those early pioneers, their courage to envision a future where machines could think, learn, and perhaps even understand.